Morning Becomes Eclectic at 89.9 KCRW. You just got to let those notes ring out at the end there. Very seductive stuff from Air. It is music from the forthcoming soundtrack to the film by Sofia Coppola called The Virgin Suicides. Coming out, I'm told, at the end of next month. The band are in town to do one gig tomorrow, which is actually sold out. But I'm told that the show is going to be videotaped for a later webcast. You're actually going to tape the show tomorrow night and then put it up on the web at some time. So we'll keep you posted on that. But that's an interesting connection there, because you just had a film released last year of your previous tour, the tour you did in the fall, I believe, in 1998, actually the last time you were here. Is that something you plan to work more with, scoring for film and actually making film?
Yeah, because I think that for us that's very hard, to record a record, without nothing. I mean, when you work for a soundtrack, you can be inspired by the pictures, and that's very important for us. That's very natural. Yeah, and we have learned a lot of lessons from doing soundtracks. For example, I think that pictures are more important than music, and when you understand that, you do the best music for soundtracks, because you are more free.
Is that something that you've just begun to understand, or is that something as you when you first came together as Air and started working together, that you really thought about and you wanted to bring to your music? Because the earlier music that you did put out, your album last year, and then some of the early singles, very much have a sound that can relate to pictures. It conjures up pictures.
Yeah, because we try to do a sort of a spacing out sound, all the time, and we are big fans of the strings orchestra, and we are big fan of that, so we want to record for orchestras with strings and horns. We are big fans of that.
I remember when you were here last time, I was asking you questions about some of the music that you had listened to when you were kids growing up, some of the music that you perhaps were influenced by as younger people. And I think you talked about some of the pop groups of the 80s, like the Smiths and some of these people. Is there anybody else that you can perhaps tell us that you did listen to a lot when you were younger that have influenced you to make the music you make today?
The youngest souvenir of music was the watching TV, so that's why soundtracks and TV shows, music were so important for us. And so before buying some records, I was watching TV, like, I don't know, Starsky and Hutch, this kind of things.
The music from those American television programs of the 70s
are amazing. The drummers and the bass players of that time.
The movie that you've just scored for is called The Virgin Suicides, as we said. It's going to be out on April the 7th, the actual film. The soundtrack is coming on the 29th of February. The movie stars Kirsten Dunst, Josh Hartnett, James Woods, Kathleen Turner, features Danny DeVito, among others. And we have Air in our studio this morning. They're performing music from The Virgin Suicides. I'll let you get back to the next set in just a moment's time, but very quickly, you've also started a record label, right? This is the first release on your own label.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's,
what made you decide to do that?
Because we did that soundtrack on our own. I mean, Sophia asked us. We went to see the first Rush, and it was a beautiful movie, and we decided to put music on it, and we record by ourselves without the help of anybody. So while we are on tour, we have our studio. It's empty, and so a lot of artists we know can go in the studio and record their own stuff. So we need a structure to organize all these things and to record new people. So that's why we have formed our label.
Do you plan to release other people's records?
Oh yeah.
And French artists? I mean, is there a situation in Paris now where a lot of artists are using your studios and you're going to record and release the material?
Yeah. We know a whole bunch of people, very creative people.
Anybody you can tell us about?
Yeah, we have one of them is called Sébastien Tellier. It's in the studio right now listening to us. He's the first musician who came in the studio to record.
And what about the fact that in France and in Paris in particular, the last 2 years, there seems to have been a lot of music breaking out of France and traveling to other places, in America in particular, and the rest of Europe as well? There definitely seems to be a renaissance of French pop music.
But French music was always there with great composers and great producers, but it was not like pop bands, But behind a lot of music, there has been French guys Yeah.
Why do you think now it's being recognized?
Because now it came back to instrumental music.
Okay. We've got Air in the studio on Morning Becomes Eclectic. They have another set of music, and then we'll come back and actually give away some tickets to this sold-out show tomorrow if you're a KCRW subscriber. It's Morning Becomes Eclectic at 89.9 KCRW.